Well, Shakespeare's Sonnet 12 is a fun sonnet to read. It's the first sonnet to introduce the lyrical I of the narrator. You see that the narrator finally identifies himself and enters into the sonnets here at this sonnet, at this point in the sequence. It's also fun because of the title. It's about time, specifically about, it begins with a meditation on a clock, and just as there are 12 hours on a clock, this is the 12th sonnet. So it's a little representational in that sense. It's also fun because of the musical quality of the sonnet, and like the sonnets we've read before, this is included within the fair youth sequence or the marriage sonnet. So this is another argument to marry, at least within the context of where it's placed within the sequence. Now you can take this out of the sequence and read it a different way, and it doesn't necessarily have to apply to a young man. So I'll read Sonnet 12 and then offer a few comments throughout. Shakespeare's Sonnet 12. When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silvered o'er with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summers green, all girdled up in sheaves borne on the bier with white and bristly beard. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake and die as fast as they see others grow. And nothing 'gainst time's scythe can make defense safe breed, to brave him when he takes thee hence. So immediately in the first line, by the way, this is very similar to Sonnet 2. It's got this meditative structure where we have the first 8 lines, introducing a meditation on time and decay, and then it turns that meditation into application in the third quatrain. But here in this first line, we have, it's almost onomatopoetic in the sense that it sounds like what it's talking about. It's talking about a clock. And you notice this is perfect iambic pentameter. We have, when I do count the clock that tells the time. And it has a very relentless rhythm, almost like a clock ticking. If you notice, starting here on the second iamb, the consonants of this line sound like a ticking clock, if you were to really emphasize it. Do count the clock that tells the time. And the consonant with the T or the D usually happens right there on the stressed syllable here. So that's something that's fun here, and there's this musical quality throughout. So I think the first 8 lines are pretty understandable, and he's noting the passage of time. Here it's a meditation on light going into darkness. Here is beauty going to decay. Here is youth going into old age. Sable means black. Curls are hair. So in sable curls, black hair becomes gray or white. And then it moves into the pastoral here. We have when lofty trees I see, barren of leaves, with some beautiful assonance. Ease, see, of leaves and heat and canopy. Assonance is the repetition of the vowel sound, and he uses it to link important words, just like he uses alliteration soon. But here we have the passing of time in the pastoral world. And summer's green, all girdled up in sheaves. There's again that syllable, that E sound. Born on the bier with white and bristly beard. Now this is an interesting line. So a bier was like a wheelbarrow, and he establishes an expectation for the B sound here with alliteration. Born on the bier with white and bristly beard. And the expectation is fulfilled in that key word. The next line, beauty. Then of thy beauty do I question make. And here's the ultimate B word, the idea behind the sonnet. All of these things pass. Summer turns to harvest, and the wheat that was green is now gathered up. And what they do, they take a scythe and they mow the sheaves of barley, or the stalks of barley and wheat, and someone else comes up behind it to gather them up, bind them up, and to throw them on the wagon and take them off to be used. And this is going to be applied for an imagery of death here. That thou, presumably the young man, that thou among the wastes of time, this is a beautiful phrase, among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake and die as fast as they see others grow. It's a natural course of nature for beauty to decay. And nothing 'gainst time's scythe can make defense. Scythe, again, is that tool for harvest. If you've ever seen the Grim Reaper, he's carrying a scythe, and it looks like that. Save breed, what does this mean? Save means except to breed, so it's like saying nothing will defend you against time or death except breeding. Save breed to brave him when he takes the hints. So death is coming, there's nothing you can do about it, but to carry on your image, you must reproduce. And this is another marriage sonnet, another sonnet in argument for reproduction. So now that we have somewhat of a better sense of what he's saying in this sonnet, let us read it again. When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silvered o'er with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girdled up in sheaves borne on the bear with white and bristly beard. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou among the wastes of time must go, since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake and die as fast as they see others grow. And nothing 'gainst time's scythe can make defense save breed to brave him when he takes the hints. And him, of course, is time, or death itself, rather, time's scythe. It's a beautiful poem. I love it because of the sounds, and Shakespeare's a master of weaving sounds together into a sonnet. And it's appropriate because sonnet comes from the Italian word sonetto, which just means little sound. So I hope you enjoyed this reading of Shakespeare's Little Sound, Sonnet 12. And until next time, if you notice anything else, definitely mention it in the comments below. I will see you all next time.